Hey everyone, if you want to do a computer build, then of course you're going to need a case to actually put it in. And I recently came across the PCCOOLER C3T500 ARGB case, which is quite heavy, so I'll put it down now. But this interested me quite a lot because it offers quite a lot of features, so let's take a look at it in this video. So firstly, you've got the box itself. If I show you, it's packaged like that, fairly standard for a case. Now I'm going to actually get it out. Ooh, it's never graceful. It is never graceful. Right, so let's just chuck that box there. So this looks and feels very, very premium. So it's quite a big case, but it's also kind of not. And what I mean by that is it's more of a cube. Like a lot of cases are kind of tall, but then a little bit thinner. This isn't like that. And the nice thing about this is it could easily fit on your desk as long as you've kind of got the width. You're almost certainly going to have the depth, and I've put the dimensions on the screen then. And remember I said that this has quite a lot of features considering it's not the most expensive of cases. And what I mean by that is it's got this really nice tempered glass side panel all the way around. They're easily removable, which I'll show you in a minute. And it comes pre-installed with 6 fans, and they're ARGB fans as well. So you've got 2 on the side over there. You've got 3 in there, and then you've got 1 in the rear as well. On the back, then you've just got this. You've obviously got where your motherboard I/O plate's going to go. So effectively, your motherboard is going to go like this inside the case. Then you've got your PSU in the back, and that's quite a nice design as well, because when you actually look at a finished build in this particular case, it looks really nice. So effectively, while I'm not going to do a full build in this particular video, your PSU would come in the back here, and then you're not going to see the cable, so that is quite a nice feature of it. So that is the back. You've got your I/O here, so your graphics card's probably going to come out here somewhere. You've got more vents here, which is always good for cooling. And then at the top, which also doubles as where the I/O is, you've got this, and I've got to be careful putting it down. So you've got this removable dust filter, which I always like, and then space for loads of different fans. So you've actually got space for 3 120mm fans, or 2 bigger ones. So if you've got 140mm ones, you could fit them there instead. And I always like that because it means it's going to fit nearly every model of all-in-one cooler. And then you have your actual input-output. So you've got a single Type-C, which is often plenty, USB 3.0, mic and audio in, LED, and then the power button. So that's actually quite nice and sleek. I quite like that. Overall, this does look like a really nice case. Now we can open it up and actually get a better look. Okay, fine, okay. Anyway, you got that one there with a bracket, important to know that so you don't drop it and be an idiot on YouTube. Then you've got another one there. So effectively then, let's get the tempered glass out. So it clicks out here. You've got to be extra careful because it is tempered glass, and obviously you've got the warning, you don't want to break it. So let's just gently pull that out. Okay, so it requires a bit of force at first, and it can be scary because it's tempered glass, but effectively once you've released that one screw, you can just pull it, because effectively what you've got, if I lift that up as well, you've got these 2 things here, which just click into there. And then do not put this down on solid concrete or solid tiles or something, because it can smash, and there are warnings about that. You've got to be really careful with tempered glass. So now you can see more inside the case, and it looks really, really nice. So you can see there, all inside the case, you've got your 5 fans clearly on view, and then you've got the one in the rear as well. Okay, and then when we come to the back, like if you're going to actually build in it, when you come to the back, it's a similar thing there. So I've removed the single screw and this corner bracket as well. So you're just going to pull it, and then it comes off, and that's just a nice sleek metal finish. It feels really nice, and again, you've got these points for airflow, and obviously, you know, you've got these fans here, so these are going to draw in air through here, which is a nice way of doing things. You've also got this mesh here, so effectively your power supply unit is going to be coming along there. It'll be screwed in place there, and then this particular fan mesh is actually going to be helping with airflow, but that's why you've got that there, so that would sit in place, especially once you screwed in place. And then the nice thing with that is that in the front of your build, you're barely going to see it, especially, well, you know, your motherboard's going to be there, so you're not going to see it at all. All you're going to see is your actual cables, white ones in this case, you know, coming out here for the ATX power and everything else. This is a really nice design, and that's why this is sort of a bit thicker than normal, because it means it hides away the cables. The other thing you've got, if you wanted to add more fans, is this actually comes with a little built-in fan hub that you can actually see there, which is really, really nice. So if you've got more fans to put in, you can just install it in there, and then that means substantially less cables. But to be honest, the way that this case is configured, you probably won't need any more fans, because I've done quite a lot of airflow testing in previous cases and previous builds, and what I tend to find is that this is going to be plenty. Effectively here, you've got 5 intakes. That will intake a lot of air, And then you've got your one exhaust, and often that's enough for airflow as well, you know, so that is very cool. And then obviously this case is designed to actually have an all-in-one cooler as well. And ideally you'd mount it at the top, and again you can have, you know, 241, a 280mm one, or 360mm air cooler. But what you could also do is have another radiator here. So you could remove these two side fans and then have a 240mm radiator there. In terms of the motherboard, I'm not actually going to do a full build in this case, but it's going to go in like this. Tiny bit lower. Yes, that's pretty much now lined up with the motherboard standoffs. So effectively your motherboard, which ideally would be a white one if you buy this white case, but this case does come in other colors as well. But yeah, your motherboard would go there. This is an ATX motherboard because the case supports that, but you can also have micro ATX and mini ATX as well. And sometimes if you want a clean, sleek build in a case like this, sometimes going with micro ATX can make a lot of sense, especially if you're only using it for gaming, because effectively your motherboard is going to be a bit smaller, so it's going to look a little bit sleeker. And then for gaming, you're just going to need one PCI Express device, which is going to be your graphics card. So whether you're planning on going with like an Intel GPU or an NVIDIA GPU or an AMD one, it's going to fit quite nicely in this case, even if you do go with an ATX motherboard. But yeah, if you just want a gaming system that looks good, then a micro ATX motherboard will come to sort of there and look a little bit nicer in my opinion. You can fit ATX too. So in other words, this particular case, it's very well built and very well designed. You're not going to have some ugly power supply unit in the top of your case looking ugly. It's going to be hidden away in the back of your case, and then it's going to look really nice and really sleek, and you're just not going to see it. So yeah, this is a very clever design, and it is the PCCOOLER C3T500 ARGB. There's a few different variants. This is the WH variant that does come with those pre-installed fans, and obviously it's the white one, but there's loads of different other ones. But yeah, all the links will be in the description. If you've got any questions though, please leave me a comment. And if you enjoyed this video, please click the thumbs up button, and please subscribe to see more unboxings like this. Thanks for watching.